Is Russia trying to conquer Europe? A thought-provoking question that has sparked countless debates. In today's global landscape, these geopolitical moves can seem like a chess game, with nations as the pieces. The implications of such a maneuver are far-reaching and complex, affecting everything from international relations to economic stability. This topic, though controversial, is relevant in understanding the current geopolitical climate. As we delve into this topic, remember to keep an open mind. To understand the present, we must first take a step back into the past. The tale of Russia and Europe is as old as the continents themselves. It's a narrative of shared borders, shared culture, shared conflict, and shared cooperation. It's a story that has been shaped by key events that have left indelible marks. Think about the reign of Peter the Great in the early 18th century. His Western-focused reforms brought about a new era of European influence in Russia, forever blurring the lines of East and West. Or remember the iconic Cold War era, a period of tense standoff between the Soviet Union and Western powers, a time when Europe became the chessboard of global politics. Then, there was the monumental fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989, symbolizing the end of Soviet influence in Eastern Europe, and the dissolution of the Soviet Union itself just 2 years later. These events dramatically reshaped the geopolitical landscape, setting the stage for the Russia-Europe relationship as we know it today. With this historical context in mind, let's examine Russia's recent activities. Russia's recent actions have stirred up discussions and raised eyebrows. Over the past few years, we've seen Russia increase its military presence along its European borders, leading to heightened tensions. The annexation of Crimea from Ukraine in 2014 was a significant move that has been widely criticized. In addition to this, Russia has been engaging in extensive diplomatic efforts with various European countries. There's been an increase in trade relations, cultural exchanges, and political dialogues. From Germany to France, from Italy to the Scandinavian countries, Russia's presence is increasingly felt. Furthermore, Russia's involvement in international issues has been noticeable. Their role in the Syrian conflict, their stance on climate change, their influence in global energy markets, all of these are indicative of Russia's growing assertiveness on the world stage. However, it's crucial to understand that these activities, while significant, don't necessarily imply an intention to conquer. They could be seen as efforts to safeguard national interests or to gain a strategic advantage in a rapidly changing global landscape. Yet, these actions leave many wondering about Russia's intentions. Russia's military presence along its European borders has been a cause for concern. In recent years, there has been a significant increase in Russian military deployments. From the Baltics to the Black Sea, Russian troops, tanks, and artillery have been positioned in strategic locations. The Kaliningrad region, a Russian enclave sandwiched between Poland and Lithuania, has seen a notable upsurge in military activities. Similarly, the militarization of Crimea post-annexation has been a matter of intense debate. These deployments seem to be a clear message to NATO and the European countries, a display of power and a warning against any potential encroachments. NATO's response has been one of concern and vigilance. There have been increased patrols, military exercises, and a strengthening of defences along the eastern flank. European countries, too, have been wary of Russia's military build-up. There are fears that this could destabilise the region and escalate tensions. However, it's important to remember that from Russia's perspective, these actions could be seen as a strategic move. In a world where military might often dictate geopolitical outcomes, Russia may be asserting its position, ensuring it has a seat at the table when it comes to global decision-making. This military presence, while alarming to some, could be seen as a strategic move by Russia. Let's take a step back to 2014, a year that marked a significant shift in Russia's geopolitical strategy. The annexation of Crimea, a region that was part of Ukraine, by Russia, was a move that sent shockwaves across the international community. It all started when Russia responded to a political crisis in Ukraine by sending troops to Crimea. After a disputed referendum, Russia officially annexed the region, claiming historical and cultural ties to the peninsula. This move was met with widespread international criticism. The United Nations General Assembly passed a resolution declaring the referendum invalid, and many countries imposed sanctions on Russia. This event has had a profound impact on Russia-Europe relations. It not only strained the ties, but also led to a shift in the regional power dynamics. The annexation of Crimea, while controversial, has been a crucial element in Russia's geopolitical strategy and has had far-reaching implications on the international stage. It's a move that could be seen as a precursor to the current military build-up we're witnessing today. In the aftermath of the controversial annexation of Crimea, Russia's diplomatic efforts have been a key part of their strategy. Despite facing sanctions and international criticism, Russia has managed to maintain and even expand its influence in the global arena. This is largely due to their active involvement in international organizations such as the United Nations and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. In terms of bilateral relations, Russia has not been isolated. It continues to engage in diplomatic dialogues with European countries, balancing its hard power with soft power strategies. These relations aren't without their challenges, of course. The tension is palpable, and the diplomatic relations have been a roller coaster ride of negotiations, disagreements, and tentative agreements. It's also important to recognize the role of diplomacy in Russia's geopolitical strategy. This is not just about maintaining relations, but also about asserting Russia's position on the global stage. Through strategic alliances, negotiations, and international law, Russia has been able to exert its influence and navigate the geopolitical waters. Through diplomacy, Russia has managed to keep the conversation going, to keep its voice heard, and to keep its seat at the table of international politics. This is a testament to the power of diplomacy and its role in the geopolitical landscape. As we move forward, it will be interesting to see how Russia continues to utilize this tool in its geopolitical strategy. Opinions on this matter are as diverse as they are numerous. Some argue that Russia's actions are purely defensive, a response to the encroachment of NATO towards their borders. Others perceive it as an aggressive push for dominance, a resurrection of old imperialist ambitions. Yet, there are also those who see it as a calculated move in the larger geopolitical chessboard, aimed at renegotiating global power dynamics. Each perspective offers a unique insight into the situation. So, is Russia trying to conquer Europe? We've embarked on a journey of exploration through the corridors of history, examined the chessboard of current events, and listened to a chorus of diverse viewpoints. The historical context has shown us that the roots of Russia's actions are deeply intertwined with its past, a narrative of power plays and strategic maneuvers. In recent times, Russia's activities have painted a complex picture, with some actions suggesting aggressive expansion, while others point towards economic and political influence. The intricacies of these actions have sparked a multitude of viewpoints, with scholars, politicians, and citizens alike bringing their perspectives to the table. Yet the notion of conquest is not as clear-cut as it may seem. It extends beyond territorial acquisition to encompass spheres of influence, economic dominance, and cultural sway. This makes the question of Russia's intentions towards Europe a dynamic puzzle, subject to interpretation and change. Ultimately, the answer to this question is complex and ever-evolving, much like the world of geopolitics itself. Before we wrap up, if you found this video informative and thought-provoking, we ask that you take a moment to like this video. Your engagement helps us reach more people and continue to deliver in-depth analysis on complex geopolitical issues. If you want to stay updated on our future deep dives into global politics, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. Your support plays a crucial role in enabling us to continue our mission of providing nuanced and comprehensive insights into the world's most pressing issues. Thank you for watching and for being a part of our community.